What's good, everybody? What's good? Yeah, I know this live is like way later than I initially said it was going to be. But hey, life be life, man. I had to come through when I could. But anyways, though, yeah, on this particular live, we're gonna be having some discussion. Yeah, bro, you asked do I remember you every time you come in here. Yeah, I remember you. You should be in bed by that. But anyway, uh, but yeah, though, for real though, on this one we're gonna be doing some live discussions on what to expect for this new season. And then another thing that I kind of want to do, you know what I'm saying, is maybe eventually start, bringing some of the subscribers and stuff up and doing like if we have any kind of disputes or whatever, having some live debates and stuff like that about the show, and we can make our predictions live and stuff on it, debate it out, and then later on, of course, when the show air, we can figure out who's right about what. I just think that'd be something dope as hell to do on the channel. I do camera still, but it just it depends on what it is I'm doing. And right now, I'm just not about to turn my camera on. Yeah, yeah, Sonny. So like even now, I might just bring a few. I might drop the link and add a couple of people on here, and we can have some discussions on the channel here. But the topic, as you can see, is gonna be raising Kanan season. You know what I'm saying? Raising Kanan season 4. What to expect? Now I got a couple things that me personally, I think is gonna happen in this new season. Like I don't discussed it a lot of them on here a couple times. Like each character, I can kind of go down the line on what I think their character is going to be covering during that particular during this particular season. And I gotta say, um, I think what's up, Jr. You said drop a Discord link. Well, sure, I did it. You asked me about the Power Reloaded video. That might say I'm 13 now, nigga. You still a kid. Anyways, uh, support. Let me know exactly which one you talking about. I'm gonna try to go ahead and knock it out tonight. But what was I saying? Yeah, it's a couple of them. I guess the topic for now is I want to say, what about famous? We're gonna discuss famous right now. So yeah, that's what we're discussing right now. We're gonna be talking about famous. You say it's better with the camera on. I don't get what's the difference between it. But since so many of y'all saying that, shoot, to keep it a buck with y'all right now, house is occupied, and that shit is like last time. If y'all pay attention, I'm pretty sure y'all was able to hear people in the background in the house when I did have it on. And if I go went to the house and did it, it's gonna be a lot of background noise. Like it's gonna be a kid in the background that y'all gonna be hearing, and it may be distracting. That's why I just went to the car to go ahead and do it. But if y'all, I mean, shoot, if y'all don't mind the kids and shit that you gonna be hearing in the background, then shit, I'll start doing it in the house. But she'll be pretty after a while, like another week or so, the kid will be gone. So I'll have a little bit more free time. Okay, so JR said I think he dies by the brother of the man he tried to rob in the hallway, maybe in jail. He ended up killing him. So hold up, are you talking about one of the homies that was with Freddie? I don't know if that was his brother or not, but you're saying like one of the guys that was with him. You think he died by him in jail? I actually kind of agree with you on that because I got a kind of similar theory that may take place doing that, and this could possibly be what makes Kanan name his son after him. But I'm gonna give a couple more people a chance to say what they think before I give mine. What's up, Juanita? Good to see you. When will we be expecting a trailer? That man said we don't care. Turn it off. All right, so you said it's on the Diddy Leak video support. All right, I'm gonna go look on there. I got you tonight. Yeah, Takari, we live right now. One of the guys that was messing with Kanan and Famous. One of the guys that were messing with Kanan and Famous. What do you mean by that? Said Famous goes to prison and ends up getting life. I got to go back and check what you talking about, Jr. Everybody asking about this camera. That's crazy. It's like another thing. It's been a while since I've been here. Yeah, I just turned my no. Ain't nothing wrong with my camera. I just turned it off. Like since I'm on StreamYard, I just turned my camera off. Cause like I told them earlier, I'm in my car right now because my if I went in the house right now, it's gonna be noisy as shit. So it's gonna be hard for y'all to understand it. And I just didn't want to turn my camera on in the car. Famous survives if he joins either Broad Street's Killers or one of the gangs, but I personally think he will be suicidal if he gets a lot of time after listening to the 411 songs 5 times. And he did mention that in the song for sure. You said what happened to the cowboy? The cowboy is on vacation right now. They'll be back next month. Y'all folks tripping about this camera. Y'all give me a second. All these niggas that want the camera on. That's crazy. All right, there y'all niggas go. There's the camera. But anyways, what was I at? What did I left out? We left fame under a lot of stress. It is possible we'll be told he committed suicide. I don't think we'll see it. Hey, Rob, you see that you kind of leaning towards what I'm thinking might happen, and I hope it don't happen because that's gonna really suck. Like that's a big character that we, you know what I'm saying, been saying for a while, and then we don't even get to see exactly what happened, especially if a death happened with him. We don't even get to see it. And if that is the case, I'm gonna go ahead and like dive in on that. So if that is the case, um, and famous gets taken out in jail and we don't see it, my only guess would be that it must have been some kind of dispute with the production, more than likely, because um, I don't think it makes sense for you to have your one of your biggest characters just decide, oh, we're just gonna write you off and that's it. Like maybe they had a particular part that they wanted to him to do and he wasn't willing to do it. Like it could be on some, it could be on some like maybe a certain image that they wanted him to portray that he wasn't, wasn't comfortable doing, and they just decided, okay, we're gonna just write you out. It had to be something like that if that's the angle that they decide to go with. Now they could be just hiding, you know what I'm saying, his image, and his stuff is gonna be very limited because apparently the episode titles are already leaked, already on, it's been put out there, and I think I've seen the episode titles on Getting It How I Live channel. And judging by the titles that I seen, matter of fact, let me see, can I find it real quick? If anybody knows where I can go directly to see the, well, like I said, I know you Getting It How I Live got it on his. Let me look on his real quick. All right, so here you go. Hold on, let me share with y'all. All right, so like y'all can see, here are the episode titles for um the 10 episodes of Raising Kanan. Now, let's see, Can't Stop Me. I believe Can't Stop Me is going to be more so based on Unique. Now, that's what it was. So, episode 7, as y'all can see right here, episode 7, titled Sacrifices. I'm curious on if that um that episode is the episode. Let's say Famous doesn't get life in prison and he's on the show and he ends up surviving. I'm curious, is Famous going to be sacrificed that particular episode, and that ends up being whatever the results are, is what the reason that Kanan ends up naming his son after him. Cause that's what I thought immediately when I saw that episode title. All right, let me read some of these comments. Support, you said you seen the comment. If you talking about the one on Diddy on the Diddy video, yeah, I got you. Let's see. You don't turn your. There's a theory that famous could do jail time for a few years, gets out, then gets killed by rival gangs. It's based on what happened to one of 50 Cent's real friends. That's what my original thing I thought was gonna happen. He was gonna get out of jail, end up getting a deal to get ready to go off and do good with his music, but Buck 20's crew end up coming through trying to get Kanan and they smoke him. That was my theory that I had on that. What's up, Cedric? How you feel about the character Early Tyler? I think Early Tyler is the character that's linked to um, the reason Unique survived. I think he gonna be one of them niggas that as long as the money is good, he the like he that dude that you would want on your side to get shit done. So y'all saying he gets the Brandon from the shot treatment, dies off screen. Yeah, that's what a lot of people thinking that could happen. The 11-year-old changed his name. Shit. He is a loose end, but the family is starting with a clean slate. Yeah, but see, in the description, I think they're gonna have to realize that they are who they are, or they're gonna have to pay for it. Because if you read the synopsis for episode 4, it kind of touch on that. You said looks like Unique, not Breeze. Why you say that? Support? Famous suddenly dying off screen would definitely affect the show in a weird way. It would. I hope Unique makes a full recovery. That's the only character I like. He will. Do you survive? Do you survive this? Ops. Janad, Ghost, Diamond. Protectors is Marvin, Zion, and Early Tyler. Hard to say because we don't know exactly what Early Tyler can bring to the table, really. But judging by what you saying right now, it ain't looking good for me. I'm gonna say that. It's a college. I'm not 11. I'm a whole teenager. The guy, you don't make a full recovery from CTE, bro. What are you talking about? Well, he ain't gonna make no recovery as in getting his whole thought process back. Yeah, that ain't happening. Kanan sacrificed Sean. Nah, bro, that's annoying. He been doing that since August, so nah. Doing what since August? I know I'm behind on these. On these, I'm just not getting to all these comments. I think sacrifice is about someone in the family. Uh, it says V. What's his Lonzy? What's up, bro? Imagine if it turns out a random family just found Unique in the woods while going camping. Hey, support. I kind of said that might happen. That randomly, kind of like similar to the Lauren story. So that wouldn't really surprise me. But um, but if that doesn't happen, I say one of the three happen. I guess we can change this topic real quick. So I think it's one of the three. Like I said, I believe either Unique is. I think he either somebody randomly found them, and then they called the the police or whatever, and they just rushed him to the hospital and he survived. But honestly, I kind of think that one is unlikely, especially with where Ronnie dropped him off at. But I also got a video about the early Tyler one that's coming. I'm gonna drop that tomorrow, but I'm gonna finish that up tonight. That's pretty much describing how I think the early Tyler's side of it could be. But yeah, I think he could have possibly been the one that helped them, or maybe similar to Kanan. When he got set on fire by ghosts, he just woke up and got up on his own and fucking left. This is TV, yeah. He's a support and unique scared them. So who was it that's Cedric or not? Was it Cedric or support? Who was that who said it looks like unique is not Breeze? What's your reasoning for saying that? Do all their stat patterns didn't do it when I needed them to. Fucking bomb. I think the trash man found him early in the morning that worked for Stefano, the Italian films. Okay, that could be a possibility. But yeah, like I was saying though, kind of similar to the Lauren story. You know how they said some random dude that was walking his dog saw the car go into the lake and called the police. Even though that story was some bullshit, because if that did happen and she was knocked out, she would have drowned way before the goddamn police found her. But whatever. What's up, Babylon? What Babylon baby daddy? Hey, that got to be a first timer. I ain't never seen that name. That's crazy. But anyways, okay. So Port said that. You said based on the synopsis. Now you asked me. The synopsis further look like that. It, proves that is him. It's interesting that Unique was rolled down a hill the same way that Rock and Kanan rolled the body in the wall. Hmm? Shoot. Ain't nothing wrong with your name, man. I'm just saying I ain't never seen that shit before. uh, what's up, Marcus? I'm from Memphis, Babylon. That's why. Oh, you talking about the guy that he put in the wall and shot the nail through his head. Okay. But you said Kanan, though, so that's what kind of threw me off. Also, when Ronnie last saw Panessa, was she bringing food to Unique? Oh, you talking about when he popped up on him was like this where your mama has been staying at or something like that. And he was like, I don't want nothing to hurt to happen to you. You all your own guy. You got to be careful. Oh shit. But hey, I got a crazy video though that's coming later. Y'all gonna definitely say I'm reaching when y'all see it. But hey, I'm telling y'all, you can never put shit past these writers, man. Mm. Damn, this nigga Dylan Brooks serving, bro. That's crazy. Well, that ticket gone. I knew not to do that shit too, and still did it. Dumbass shit. I ain't think he gonna be scoring like that though. I thought that nigga was gonna be. God damn, that nigga serving. I saw a comment in a server that said someone really asked if Kanan dies in book three. That's crazy. That's crazy. There. Damn, Rob, you from Memphis too? I'm in Memphis before we got up in here. Yeah, I'm from the Haven, Rob. Kanan got 9 lives. Well, them 9 lives ran out in the season 5. I ain't no folks don't cook me, man. It's crazy. I ain't that nigga Dylan Brooks. Fuck that nigga Dylan Brooks, bro. That's crazy. Nigga, how you score 10 points in the first quarter, bro? That is crazy. Dead ass. That is crazy work. The nigga scored 10 in the first quarter. There's a new content creator called Mr. Clips. He got some great theories on the unique breeze transformation and how Stefano is the one who helped Unique. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of people saying that they think Stefano is in on it. I don't know. I'm not really exactly sold on the Stefano situation, but hey, it could be him. Me personally don't think that it was him. What, nigga? Unique hasn't been diagnosed with CTE. You're assuming that will be the part. Good thing. You said you think B Rilla is connected to connected as in what? Curry, I'm not assuming anything. I'm going by what Joey said about his own character. Yeah, according to what he was saying, it seems very much like he got CTE. And the CTE just makes sense for what they describe Bree's character to be like. So that's another major hint for me. The reason why I think it's him. Goofy as this shit sounds, I think it was something if Force ended with Tommy taking on his mentor street name, like how Tariq takes out on Ghost name. So you saying Tommy started going by Breeze? Any updates on Tariq? Not as far as I know. I mean, uh I know that I think it was Gianni, which is the guy who plays Braden and Tommy, and them was saying something about they got something crazy that's coming in 2026, I think. So, I mean, a lot of people are speculating that it's going to be a new spinoff with Tariq and Tommy and Braden. But as other than that, not really. We don't really know much, at least to my knowledge. Yeah. So that's another topic I was going to get on. Uh, So as far as the trailer, I think yeah, I think absolutely it has to come next week because typically it always come like a month before the release date. So with this being the 30th, I would say they absolutely would have to drop it. You know what I'm saying? They would have to drop it next week, which would be because if it's coming on the 7th, then more than likely I'm gonna predict February. Shoot, I'm gonna say like the 4th or some shit like that. They're gonna probably drop it. Tommy going by his old mentor alias to move smarter in the game as he slowly built his own empire would be interesting to see him and Tariq eventually cross paths. Do you think they'll do business or be enemies? You talking about Tommy and Tariq? I can't see them being enemies, but hey, that would be very interesting if they did. Related or worked with everybody. Now, really, we seen in jail is connected to a character mentioned. I'm so glad we have brown cows. Otherwise, there wouldn't be any chocolate milk. What? You asked, am I married? Nah, I ain't married. I think Stefano is the key to unique survival. I remember how he questioned Rock about taking over Neek's businesses so quickly. Hmm. Okay, so let's just say that Stefano is the key to how Unique survives. Exactly how do you think this happened? Like, give me the vision of how you seen it happening. You could make a future video on this concept as a what if. You talking about the Tommy and Tariq if they went to war? I don't got no cousins in Alabama, nigga. You talking to me or you talking to somebody else? Your friend was talking crazy. I almost blamed that nigga. What do you mean blamed? That's why I think Stefano and early Tyler already saw Unique return. Stefano's fascination with nicknames might be a hint how Unique's name changes. Oh shit. Hey, that's a good one there, Cedric. I did mention in the video that came out with, about Neat giving folks names that, you know, that's another hint that he's breed. But maybe that's how he pick it up. Yeah, maybe Stefano gives him the name Breeze and then, Breeze ends up, or maybe he just decides to tell them, he's gonna go tell Stefano he's gonna go by Breeze no more. Don't call me Neat no more. Either way, I can see that possibly, happening. Treat it like some Kool-Aid, about to jam it in her special rock bottom SummerSlam it. And nigga, what the hell are you talking about? Like, what the fuck are they talking about, bro? I don't know. Yeah, that one and Tommy going by his farming mentor, alias to move smarter. This time, similar to how Kanan went by Salim. I mean, well, you meant Slam in OG Power. Beat a blind nigga ass. He ain't see it coming. What? But y'all is wild. I don't know what y'all niggas talking about, but I ain't. Fuck a deaf nigga, bitch. He ain't here morning. What the fuck, bro? Y'all niggas must be in like right by each other or something. Lil Rich and Wooski, cause y'all niggas, what the hell are y'all talking about? Unique with the black hoodie and two guns looks exactly like Ghost taking out Kareem. I thought about that too, bro. I can see Tommy mirror behavior as we behavior as he too is a hot head, is very predictable, and has the same routine since OG Power. He do. I be saying that too. Like he kind of fits in the description of what Breeze ass supposed to be like too. Cause I mean, obviously he's strong, and some of the times the nigga ain't he's not the brightest of people. Hmm. All right, so let's move the goalpost a little bit more again. So here is the next one. Will we see Ghost and Tommy this season? Like for sure on screen, they reveal it to us. This is Ghost and Tommy. Yeah, see, I said that that was a parallel between them. That Tommy falls under the same umbrella as Marvin. When I was comparing them, Lou is like Ghost, Tommy is like Marvin, um, and Rock is more so kind of like, you know, like Kanan. I'm fine if they introduce Ghost and Tommy and Raising Cain, long as it's not Crank and whoever that cornball is with the low hair. Hey, but I know you must have saw that video that I put up on there. Come on, look at the clues though. That damn that was Tommy, bro. I'm just saying, unless they just really pulling off some bullshit, that damn it was Tommy. I say that the little white boy got a better chance of being Tommy than Crank does of being Ghost. I think Marvin has a fling with Kate Egan because she reminds him of Tony Deep. I actually got a video talking about something similar to not necessarily about Kate, but maybe hmm, I mean that's possible. But y'all ever thought about that? Okay, so here's the thing that I think that might be something that may come up a little later. I think that Marvin and them dad was a Rolling Stone. Cause keep in mind, he did music, so he was a musician. He probably did some traveling, and the likelihood of him being like that is extremely high, I would say. And I think it's possible that maybe even him and Shirley, the owner of the Cafe View, may have had a thing going on. You said, hello, nigga, why would Crank be Ghost? Hey, word on the street is that he is Ghost because he got the camouflage jacket on, and that's like an Easter egg telling you that that's Ghost. And I caught that myself. That and like I said, I gave it some play. Am I saying 100% I believe it's him? No, but I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out to be him. But I think the Tommy thing, the white boy that was with him, is kind of a lot of evidence pointing towards that one because Ghost said Tommy was the only white boy in the neighborhood. So why is a white boy so happen to be in that neighborhood? The little white boy that's showing on Raising Kanan looks just like the younger Tommy that mugshot that Greg Knox had at his apartment. We even had the same similar clothes on. And then so happened that episode they show Kate Egan, that same episode, and that's that same episode we get some graffiti of Tommy being sprayed on the damn building, just like how Tommy did in the original Power. And last but not least, Tommy said him and Ghost sold weed for Kanan when he was younger. So we all know that Kanan sold weed this past season, but now he's moved on to heroin. I seriously doubt he demotes himself to go back to selling weed. So if his time selling weed is over, then that means that white boy had to have been Tiny. All right, so let me see. I missed a few comments. Nah, next season we see Ghost and Tommy. We meet parents, right? So you think Kate and Ghost's dad will show up first? Well, in my opinion, we've been met his dad. But anyways, I heard this theory going around for a while that possibly Raising Kanan could end with Ghost's father being killed. Well, that's what I said. I said that. I think that's how it's ended. I think Ghost's father will be revealed this season. They're gonna build it up, the relationship between Ghost and the father. And in the last season, which I think probably will be season 5, he'll be taken out, and that's how that ends. And then Origin starts from there. And like I told y'all, I think it's possible that Lou is his dad. I know a lot of folks keep on telling me I'm crazy with that theory, but hey, I'm gonna hold on to it. Like my boy Nate Almighty keeps saying, all my theories is 100% correct until proven wrong. What was the worst theory y'all ever heard? Man, there's a lot of. We talked about that one time, but there's a lot of them. I think Curtis St. Patrick is Ghost's stepdad. Lou is biological. That is very much possible, Dale. I think that's very much possible. Shirley passes away this season. Y'all peeped Lou looked like he was emotional, and she said, "When I'm dead and gone, someone has to take over." Yep, I mean that could be how he ends up getting the nightclub. That's true. And then he's gonna end up losing it. I still don't buy Crank being Ghost. Hey, your boy Fairplay pushing that one hard though. Earl E. Train Thomas, the pops. Yeah. You really think E. Train Thomas had an affair with Shirley and Lou is really like really her kid? I personally don't want to be the kid. No, no, no. I'm not saying that I think Lou is her dad, her son or nothing. But I'm just saying I think they may possibly have had a thing going on. That's all I'm saying. Sonny, you said you referring to the steel pits for season four. What are we talking about? Last thing we need is another Zeke story. Raising Cane is going to end, and that's going to bring us to Origins. Yeah. Well, Crank could possibly be Lulu's son if Lou does turns out to be the father of Ghost, and if Crank turns out to be Ghost. That's what they're saying. No, no, no. I'm not saying. Look, look. I'm not saying because I'm not 100% sold that Crank is Ghost. I think it is a possibility, but it's just my thing is they do look a bit too old for the age range that they're supposed to be. I will say that. That's my biggest stain on that theory because um Ghost supposed to be around 12 to 13 around this time, and them kids kind of look like they may be Kanan's age, 16 or something. I don't know who said it first. It was either you, Nate, or Getting How I Live about Lou being Ghost Pops. There's so many videos about it. Well, I know I put mine out over a year ago, so I mean I'm not exactly sure on that. Getting How I Live definitely mentioned that a while ago too, though. I think Lou had Ghost from One Night Stand. That's what I think it is too, Dale. That's exactly what I think happened. He because keep in mind, look at the thing for hey, we might as well put that up in the topic. But yeah, that's what I've been saying for a while now. I definitely think that Lou had a one night stand with a girl in the past, and he didn't really think much of it then, and then later on it's gonna come back 360 on him because I think they gave us a couple of hints. One of the hints was um, I think at the towards what was it, episode 7, I want to say it was either 7 or 8 of this past season when Marvin kind of was got into, it wasn't really an argument, but when he was interfering with Juke when she was in front of those producers, and he was telling them that Juke needed to be the lead, and she kind of kicked him out. And then he went to the bar, had to talk with Lou, and Lou told him, he can't imagine what it's like to be a father. And I feel like he kind of said that because they was giving us a hint that he's about to be a father. And the thing is I think it's going to be um a child that he didn't know about. Also, for the teaser trailer, and I already said this before too. The teaser trailer, if you pay attention, he's saying 50 Cent, doing the caption, he's saying things that when they happened at the time, they meant what I can't remember exactly what he said, but he said that they meant nothing at the time, and then later you realize it means everything. So I told y'all, I believe each and every one of these characters, you know what I'm saying, um as far as the main characters, something that they did in the past is gonna come back 360 on them. So famous, I think his is gonna come back on him. Kanan, Kanan is probably is gonna be. I mean, it could be the child thing with Crystal. I'm not exactly sure on that. But Lou, I think is gonna be he gonna find out he got a son that he didn't know about. Rock is gonna be all that damn, conniving, lying, and manipulating she's doing. All her lies is gonna come back on her. And let's see, Marvin, the stuff he did with the Italians. I think that's gonna come back to get him. So it's gonna be a lot of them. But yeah, as far as Lou with the back to Lou with the ghost, bro, like they got so many similarities, like it's crazy. Is I'm gonna say this: it's either one or the two, and it has to be true. It's either one, the writers purposely made Lou's character and Ghost's character very much alike to purposely lead us on to believe that because they want to laugh in our face, or that's his damn daddy. Has to be. Like, not only do all of their storylines very, very similar, like this nigga, you know how if you're a hardcore power fan, you know what I'm talking about right now. You know how Ghost always jacking people up? Like he'll grab people by their clothes and jack them up. And then after he get done jacking them up, he always straighten their clothes out. Lou do the same damn thing. He even does that with them. Like if you pay attention when he jacked up Crown that time, and he was like, you just don't want to see me agitated. And then he fixed his clothes for him. I don't think nobody else in the Power universe, other than those two characters, as far as I can remember, does that. Now, if anybody else that's in the chat right now knows otherwise, please let me know. But to my knowledge right now, Ghost and Lou are the only two people that do that. They also are the only two characters that sit down, have coffee, and read the damn newspaper. No other character does that I know of. All right, let me see more comments. He said the worst theory I heard was someone saying that Christopher F is mom. With book two, I already showed it, but that's pretty motherfucking funny, I must say. Nah, the ghost we saw in the 1996 scene was wearing a Yankee hat. Did I miss something? Let me see. You say, am I trying to hop on a track review and trying to lay down some bars? Nah, I'm good, my boy. Did y'all notice that she called Lulu Lewis a few times? No one else called him Lewis. That is true, bro. I did notice that, and yeah, she's the only one that called him Lewis. I mean, it could be just because she's older, so she just go ahead and call him by his full government name, but I'm not sure. Yeah, the alcohol problem, and then Tommy said he had a junk for a dad. That's another thing. You said no way he is Ghost's dad. That would mean Ghost and Kanan were cousins. Plus, even if they could go the teenage dad route, Lewis only in his mid to late 20s. I think. I don't think they would. You said late. Yeah, Lewis in his late 20s or early 30s. He's one of the two, and that's more than old enough to be Ghost's dad. A lot of people tried to brought that to my attention, and I debunked them very easily. Ghost was born in 1980. So if Ghost was born in 1980, that means in this current timeline, which is 1992, Ghost should be around 12 years old. Now he could possibly be born in 79, so he could be 13. Either way, it don't matter. He could be born in 81, meaning that he's 11. Either way, it still doesn't matter. We know how old Rocky is because they gave it to us. She said Kanan was born in 1975. She said she had Kanan when she was 17, so that means she was born in 58. So if she was born in 58 and it's 1992, that means she is 34. If she's 34, she said she was old enough to hold Lou in her arms. So I would guess that she had to be anywhere between probably 5 to 6 years of age when she was holding Lou when he was born. If she's 5 to 6, if she's anywhere between that 4, 5, 6 years older than Lou range, that means Lou is approximately around the age of 28 to 30 years of age. There you go. So if Lou is anywhere between 38 to 30 years of age, that means if you give it Ghost being 12, 12 take away minus 30, he's more than old enough to be his dad. 18. Even if he is, let's just give him 28. 16. Still old enough. Rock got pregnant with Kanan when she was 16. Very much possible. So, let's keep going. Let's see what else we got. So if your theory ends up being the case, that means Lou lives and plays a huge role in Origins. Possibly. Because like I said, that I think it's very much possible that Lou could end up. I just thought about. I think this whole time my live not monetized. That's one thing I don't like about StreamYard because I think they don't allow you to be able to put that on there. You got to do it after the video is released, and that means you got to wait till other folks rewatch it. Let me see, and that is some bull crap. Yeah, they're not even showing. They're not even showing it up here right now, so I don't even know. Mm, 1 second. Uh, it's crazy. Hold on. Did he just come in? Damn, I'm super behind on these comments. My bad, y'all. DeMarcus, I appreciate the super sticker. Uh, appreciate that. Like I said, I don't know if let me try to do some editing on this real quick if they allow me to. Shit, that ain't allowing me to. Oh well, fuck this shit. But anyways, though, what's good, DeMarcus? Let me try to hurry up and catch up. I'm gonna run through these comments real quick. Uh, so if your theory ends up being the case, that means Lou lives and plays a huge role in Origins. Possibly, but I think that with that, like I say, I think Raising Kanan could end with the death of Lou, which would be Ghostfather. So he could be the last and final death. Ghost dad was named Curtis and was a club owner. They could have easily changed the name of the person, and Lou is about to be a club owner, so that doesn't really mean much. As for similarities, yeah, Lou and Marvin are kind of like Ghost and Tommy personality wise. You could even backtrack and say that that's why Kanan loved Ghost and Tommy. They reminded him of his uncles. Yeah, true. That's the thing. Curtis was Ghost's stepfather, but he finds out Lou his real dad before he gets killed. Hey, that could be the case too. However they decide to write it out, like I said, it could be just a name change, or it could be yeah that Curtis was the stepfather's name. Either way, like I said, unless they just pulling our leg with that bullshit, um, that's gotta be him because they have way too much similarities. True, but I think raising Kanan Origin is just gonna retcon all that book three hasn't followed OG Power story. Possibly. I think Breeze kills Lou or tried to have Kanan do it because Unique said, I like when people owe me favors, especially you, Lou. Unique said it's nothing personal with us, always business. The theme of this season is about truths coming out and destroying the Thomas family. What if Davina returns and confronts Kanan about Buck 20 death? She'll she'll have to feel some way. Hey, yep, I can see that for sure. Black, yep. I think Kanan finds out Unique killed Lou after. Hmm. I can't wait to see Jukebox did to make Ghost, Kanan, and Tommy actively fear and avoid her as adults. I wonder if Ronnie gave Kadeem Mathis the nickname Unique and could give Unique the idea to change his name. Hey, I never really thought about that, but possibly. Worst theory: Palomar was Dre's mother. I think I did hear that one. I don't know if that's the worst one, but I definitely heard it. I hope you see this one, nigga. Felicia Snoop from the Wild would be the perfect partner for Tommy and best replacement for Liliana in Force. Tommy and Snoop would break the internet they if the link up. Uh, who is? I don't. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know who Felicia Snoop is. But there's this troll in a Discord server that for weeks been arguing back and forth saying Crank is Ghost and not born in 1980. He's definitely born in 1980. Drop what link, Wooski? And he also saying that Carter and Mecca sold weed for Canaan. That's hey, I mean, I don't know about nothing about that, but Ghost was definitely born in 1980. That's for sure the Jew. Maybe not that precise date, but he was born in that time range. And he also Lou and Unique same age. Neek mentioned Little League. Yeah, they were around the same age. Neek around the same age. Worst theory ever. Big Grim, Annabelle, and Poncho is in Raising Canaan. I don't know if I can say that's the worst one, but hey, I would say Graham is got to be off the table because Canaan didn't know who Graham is. I have the goddamn flu, bro. Okay. What's up, Marcus? I spoke to you earlier, right? Hey, that nigga. Okay, this nigga with this crazy bullshit. Lulu could find out that Howard was Kanan's father, and that's that Rock smoked Howard in front of Kanan. So, what do you think, Demarcus? What would be Lou's reaction when he find out that Rock did that? because she might tell him she did that to save Marvin. He probably be understand it if that's the case. It's a new piece with Marvin with the strap on one of Snaps and Pop's gone. Hmm. Snoop is up there with Cleo and Jukebox. Trust me, G. She is certified in the streets in real life. That was up. Hey, I ain't been using Discord. I mean, I can drop my link for this stream, y'all. So if somebody want to jump on, I wonder how would Marvin react when he finds out that Jukebox joined the military. I can't see him liking it at all because it's like way too close to the police. I mean, it's not the police, but at the same time, it's the government. And I just can't see Marvin being happy about her dealing with anything in relation to the government. So, yeah, for real, they really out here thinking that all these drug dealers grew up with Kanan. So apparently, RSJ, Annabelle, Mecca, and Carter all sold weed for Kanan and Famous. Yeah, I never really even thought about that, but hey, I don't get how they be getting these ideas from. There's no way Carter as a kid would let himself get bitched and pumped by Kanan. Yeah, that's one thing about StreamYard that I don't like. It's similar to Jukebox. You said, hold on. Where your boy Takari? Takari was on here earlier. He got off. He was on here earlier. What if Reach? I know. I'm guessing you're saying this is a Reach. I know, but what if Effie's pops is famous? Remember that random white girl? Oh shit! Famous got kicked out for was Effie's mom. She ended up pregnant while he is locked up. That would be crazy, bro. Was her hair red? I don't remember. Was the girl that Famous had in the bed with him that was her hair red? Because if it was, damn, that's something. Effie is the same as Tariq. Power Book 2 is the 2020s era in college. Two things. Lou don't know Howard is Kanan's dad, and Marvin don't know Rock killed D Wiz yet. Yep, both of them true. Some people come up with the craziest theories for a shout out in a video. Book three takes place in the early 90s. Effie would be in her. Damn, this should just jumped. Effie would be in her 30s and too old for college by the time of book two. Hey, that is 100% true support, and I almost entertained this shit. I didn't even think about it. Yeah, because yeah, that's not what that was. What 92, 9? That was actually probably because that happened in what season two. That actually was probably like 91. So yeah, the baby would be yeah, it would be too old because it would be the baby would be older than Sean. Yeah, the baby she would be whoever the baby would be, that would be around would have to be at least shoot 30 something. Yeah. Uh in season one, Lou hated that Rock got Howard shot and Marvin won't like that D Wiz was killed. Yeah. But I think what I've been telling folks is that I think Rock may have did something to get Rock may have did something to get Marvin set up to go to prison way back in the day. That's what she needs to be worried about when it comes to him. Jukebox want to box Crystal ass so bad. I think that might be her first body. I've been calling it. That's who I think it is. I think famous could I think that famous can be Junior Young father and smash pies. No, can't be. Because Junior's not much older than Tariq. And if Famous because I'm thinking Famous is either going to go to jail or Famous is either about to go to jail or get killed very soon. Unless it's a time, let's just say maybe it's a time. Only way I can see that's possible, it depends on, let's see, because Junior was in college in season six. So I would, so season six was around 2020. So if he was in college, he had to be around 20, maybe 20, possibly 21 during that time. So you go back 20 years, that means he would have had to have been born in 2000. So that doesn't, no, it doesn't add up. Okay, so now he can't be Junior's dad either. When you think, when you think we'll see Jarita make an appearance? Okay, so as far as Jarita, I think, because I mean, it has to be very soon. She has to be in this new season. Has to be because Sean was born in 94 ish, 95. He was born around that time range. This is 92, and I think they might do like a time jump. So if that's the case, um, I would say this. If not season four, absolutely season five. She's gonna come before Origins come. Because my opinion, I think Origins is gonna take place like around 95, 90, 96, around that time. because I don't know. Here's a question for you, everybody. Let me ask y'all this, because I don't think Breeze is gonna actually get killed in Raising Canaan. That's my opinion. But I'd like to hear y'all's because I just don't think they gave us enough. I mean, obviously we know if Unique turns out to be him, we've been saying Unique since the beginning, but still he wasn't Breeze, so that means Breeze wouldn't be around very long, and also they would have to do some for sure time skipping because Ghost and Tommy didn't meet Breeze until 1996. We're currently in the year 92. So you said there's no need for a time jump? Okay, now so some comments I missed. Let me go back. Either Juke first body is Crystal or is famous. I'm gonna say this. I think it'll be crazy if it was famous. Cause I mean, I can't see. I wonder what famous could possibly do. You know what I'm saying? To have Juke kill him, but I wouldn't. I'm not gonna say I'm totally against that saying that it can't happen. Uh, it would be Jukebox last night before she leave for the army, and she hanging out Kanan and Crystal at B Rilla performance. Yeah, Lou won't turn on Rock now, but Marvin will. So what makes you think Marvin would turn on her? It would be perfect casting if the actress who played Aisha was playing Dorita's character. Uh, I mean, yeah, it's not too far off, so I can see that. But unless they change the name, you know, that's not the name. You said there's no need for a time jump. Well, the time jump, like I said, because me personally, I think Raising Canaan is the fifth season is the last season. That's just my opinion on it. And if that's the case, the only way they could cover it if Breeze gets taken out in Raising Canaan, the only way they can cover it is to do a time jump because they're only in 92 right now. You don't think Origins would start off in 2000? No, because Breeze dies way before 2000. Now, like I said, if Breeze gets taken out and if Breeze gets taken out in Raising Canaan, then sure, it'll start in the 2000s. But there's no way that they're gonna start. You know, they're gonna not show us how Breeze gets taken out. There's just no way, because that would kill the show. The fans would be like, "This is some bullshit." I know I would, and I'm pretty sure y'all would too. We would love to see exactly what happened with Breeze and why it happened. And I just, with only two seasons left, unless they end up doing a season six, which I don't think will happen, because why would they drop Origins in 2026 if Raising Canaan is still airing? I just can't see them airing both of them at the same time. So that means more than likely season five is the last season. Unless they rush Breeze's characters and hurry up and knock him out quick, Breeze isn't going anywhere. And if Breeze isn't going anywhere, that means the timeline would have to still be in the 90s. So, my opinion, I think Origins will cover the death of Breeze, and it probably will be ending closer towards when Kanan goes to jail and Tommy and Ghost rise to power. That's what I think Origins is going to cover. The most heartbreaking shit would be if we had to watch Marvin get sent to the chair for a jukebox perspective. From jukebox perspective, he foreshadowed each such in season one with the bad vows. Marvin could go down to save Kanan. Go down to save Kanan how? I agree, Dale. Breeze dying in Origins, and if that's the case, there's no way Origins can take place in the 2000s. I think it's gonna run into the 2000s, but it's not gonna start off in the 2000s. Yeah. So yeah, if you don't think he's gonna die in Raising Kanan either, then that's the answer to your question. Um, Origins is gonna start in the 90s. See, this is why the whole Crank being ghost theory falls apart. The OG Power post credit scene shows Ghost being 15 in 1996. Crank is already 15 in 92. How do you know? Okay, so support. How do you know that Crank is 15? That's what I need to know because I do think he looks around that age, but I've seen several times on shows where they, you know what I'm saying, they'll show a character say they one age, but they portraying, they look older, but they're portraying an age younger. That happens quite often. He said, I can see Marvin eating the charges with the bad cocaine in order to save Kanan from prison, going out like a real one for his family. Why would he have to take charges for the bad cocaine? That shit is over. Unless I don't see how that would resurface. Unique gets killed by the hands of Damon. He coming back. They don't go away that easy. So you think Damon takes out Neek? That's interesting. You said this season moves into 93. You're talking about season 4, I'm guessing. I'm saying season 3 left off in 92. I can see it being 93 and in this new season, sure. But still, like I said, unless they do a time jump, 3 years at least, there's no way Breeze is going to die in 96. I mean, die in Raising Kanan. Also, I'm going to say this. It's just not, it would kind of suck because we've been waiting on Breeze for so long, and then they only give us one season of him, basically. That would suck like ass. Like, I would be mad as a motherfucker if we only get him for one season. But if they have him show himself this season coming up, and he started to really um, do his dirt in season 5, that would have us hyped for Origins to see more of him. And then let's say Origins go anywhere between 4 to 6 seasons, and then he gets knocked off probably. I would say probably like season 3-ish, 4, something like that. He gets knocked off, and then it keeps going from there. And I think that it's going to run into the 2000s. Jukebox first body could be Demo. I remember you saying that. Marvin finds out Rock set him up. Yeah, I believe that's going to happen. Yep. Michael Lee from The Wire playing Breeze would be amazing. His character was a very troubled child from the streets that grows up robbing and killing rival dealers to survive. I've actually heard that a couple times. I mean, but I do, like I said, I think I'm still on it that more than likely is probably unique. I know a lot of people don't agree with that, but hey, man, this nigga Dylan Brooks need to stop scoring, bro. Get your ugly ass on. Look at this bum ass nigga Jared Jackson Jr. Ain't doing nothing. Sorry, bastard. Wagging him back? It's crazy. All right, Origins is not about Breeze. It's about Young Tommy and Ghost. Y'all talking like Origins is a sequel to Raising Kanan. More than likely, it will be. And like I said, Breeze, Breeze is a big part of Ghost and Tommy's story. So it is going to be about him. You can't tell the story of Ghost and Tommy without telling the story of Breeze. Think about this. The original Power went 6 seasons. Each and every season they talked about Breeze. Each each season, whether they mention him more than once or not, each season or not, they still mentioned him each season because he's that big of a figure up in their lives. They were raised by him, and it says Origins is going to be the story of how um, Ghost and Tommy came up. Well, they came up under Breeze, so absolutely it's going to be about him. Unique could seek revenge on Rock by robbing the drop at the Golden Pavilion and smoke Quan to get Rock attention. Kind of like when Kanan smoked Q Doves to get back the RSK territory. I can see him doing some big ass shit like that. Plot twist. Power Origins begins with Breeze already dead, and we'll get no backstory on how that. My ass, you gonna make me go in there and find one of them damn producers and get on their ass if they did that shit. Now I think it's gonna be a montage of Breeze dying, unless it's a twist, a plot twist. But I'm assuming there is a plot twist. I'm a fag nigga. Fuck me. Okay, I'm about to go ahead and get rid of you. That's what we not gonna do. All right, so I just had that's the first person ever in my chat that I had to get rid of. We don't do that. You're not about to come up in here saying I'm a fag and do all this sexual. First off, you're gonna get my channel flag doing that, and I don't want to see that shit. So now that's what we ain't gonna do. So let's see. Now I think it's gonna be a. Okay, I read that. Tommy and Ghost is growing up right now and might not even know Kanan yet. Yeah, but he has to be raised under Breeze. Breeze was introduced to Ghost and Tommy by Kanan. So that means they don't know him yet. The end of season 6, the promo that they gave us at the end of episode 15 proves that. Tommy was talking to Kanan, said, "Come on, we got to get going. Kanan's going to be waiting for us." He said he's going to introduce us to Breeze. And that was in the year of 1996. So that means that they're going to be, or just has to be taking place in the 90s, late 90s, I'll say. Well, no, not late 90s, probably mid 90s. I would say mid 90s because I think Breeze is going to be taken out anywhere between 96 to 98 in that range. What the fuck did he just? I don't know what he's saying, but I got rid of his ass. My unique being Breeze makes the most sense, and him having the convo about nicknames and Stefano is kind of dead giveaway. Exactly, it really is. And like I told folks, it just makes sense. You know, it just makes sense for it to be him because Ronnie pretty much checked all the boxes for him to be Breeze. And for him to get killed and not be him, it just wouldn't make sense for the writers to create a totally different character and make him act just like similar to Ronnie, because Ronnie act like what they said Breeze was to be like. Now, like I said, unique would make sense because it can be genetics plus the CTE kicking in. That would make sense for him. But any other character, it wouldn't. Man, Nicole's mom jukebox. Hold on, Nicole's mom jukebox first love vowed that she would get justice in season one. Trust me, that shit ain't over, especially with them investigating Marvin again. Hey, they could come back and be something that, yeah. Maybe that person that who Juke was holding that gun on was Nicole's mom or something. Cause it did look like whoever Juke was pulling that gun on was somebody that she really didn't want to do it with. I mean, she could have been like that because she just, didn't. It was her first body, so she was a little nervous. But yeah, I don't think so. I think that person probably was Crystal. But yeah, I can see her mom maybe coming back and kicking up some dust. Uh, Mecca was the coldest power killer, and we only got one season of that. You said he was the coldest power killer? What do you mean by that? No, he wasn't. He said, "Damn, bro, you mad far up." Yeah, I am. Shit. Hey, man, y'all sending a lot of goddamn comments. Shit, I'm trying to read all of them. Okay, let me try to run through them. Yeah, season four moves into '93. Cool. Hell, Ronnie was Michael Myers himself, and we only got one season. Sure, but none of those characters are as big as Breeze. Breeze was talked about for 10 years now. There's no way they're gonna give us one season of him. I just can't see it. I want to be Rilla and Famous meet in prison like Kanan and Dre did. Famous could tell B Rilla about Lulu. Hmm, maybe. This is why I think Marvin would be Breeze. Interesting. Sorry, not Marvin. B Rilla could be Breeze. They were, you said they were raised by Kanan. Kanan took them to Breeze. Right. Well, what the hell? The fuck? Yeah, the promo said Raising Kanan. I'm thinking season six. Yeah, just hope it's not another fake out like with Ronnie. I think Shemel Moore could be the leader of the RSKs in season five. What's up, my boy J4? Hey, I'm super far up, y'all. I'm trying to run through these. Linda was Nicole's mother. Jukebox killing Nicole, Mama could save Marvin and would be insane. Her conscience would be beyond fucked up after that. Yep. Okay, so I caught back up. All right. I think Juke was crying because it's Crystal or Famous. Hmm. Yeah. I don't know about Famous though. That's kind of crazy. All right, so you hold on. Who said they think it's B Rilla? B Rilla could be Breeze. I think we want to hear that. Let me go back to that. Yeah, yeah. I'm finally caught up. So who was saying that they think B Rilla is Breeze though? Let me go. I gotta go back up and see that. So it's Dale. I think Juke was. All right. So you think that anybody want to draw? You know what I'm saying? Anybody want to come on and give their theory live? I'm gonna drop the link. That's just for anybody that decide they want to go. They want to come on live and give their opinion on it. Because I do know some of the times um, reading these comments be taking forever, especially when I get behind. I'm sure, I'm not sure if it's be realer, but the more I think about it, I do think unique is Breeze. Yeah, I think be realer might be another one of those fake outs. Because look at the description that they gave us for him. It made it similar to make you think it's him, probably to kind of throw some shit out. You said unique is a fake out too. I mean, he could be, but I just don't think it would make sense for them to do it again with him. I wonder if Unique heard if Howard was Kanan's father and used this information against Rock to force Rock hand to give Unique back his business and to lead Queens. Now, that there, at least part of it, DeMarcus, I think is possible because I do think at some point Rock will be forced out of Queens because I think they're gonna force her out of Kanan's life. B really could be related to Scrappy or D Wiz. Yep, I think that I think there's a high possibility. B Rilla, Breeze Rilla. Maybe the Rilla is the nickname for Reezy. Hey, that's a little something. B. You saying the nickname for Reese? Hey, but the only thing I'm gonna say to that, the only pushback I'm gonna say to that is who they got playing B Rilla. That's another reason why I think that's very unlikely because if um if whoever they was picking to be B Rilla was gonna turn out to be Breeze, they probably would want to get a better actor, like a more seasoned, known actor to play the character, because this dude is a rapper, really, and more than likely he's probably not going to be the best of actors. So a character as big as the Breeze character for all the hardcore fans that's been waiting on him, that would be a huge disappointment if the character turns out to be a bad actor. All right, Rob. What's good, my boy?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but I'm hearing everything twice. But go ahead, continue with your show. It seems like it's
Yeah,
always
that's
a
the second
delay.
time that we did that. Hold up.
Yeah, it's just a delay.
I was thinking it was just that one time, maybe something was wrong, but yeah, so for some reason, I guess it's a delay on here. I'm not sure if the power writers will make it that obvious. Aisha's abuser. So you think Aisha gonna have an abuser, Sonny? Also, I'm not sure if power writers will make it that obvious, or if the character just is a random. Hmm. All right. So is Ronald? Is there anything particular that you want to bring to the stage? I don't know. It might be his internet connection. I'm not sure. Cause, chat. Let me know. Do I have a delay when I'm speaking? Cause yeah, yours buffering a little bit too. So I think it could be your connection. I'm not sure. I feel so bad for Panessa. Yeah. I think that's probably his connection. His connect something's up with his connection right there.
It's not acting right.
Yeah, it's something up with your connection. You said help me understand something. Maybe I missed something, but unique is supposed to come back on a vengeance. But why would Rock be his op when the season started? They were messing around before he went missing. Okay, so J4, I'm guessing you haven't seen my latest video that I just put out. If you look at that one,
I think it's on my end.
yeah, it's definitely on your end. Um, but I kind of explained on that video about how that's gonna work. So basically, after he gets that brain damage that happened to him from Ronnie, he's gonna kind of lose he's gonna kind of lose it. Like I think he's gonna get that because CTE makes you have like split personalities and stuff like that, like almost like a dementia, Alzheimer's type of thing. So he's probably gonna forget all about the what him and Rock had, and they're gonna think they're still enemies, and that's probably why he's gonna go ahead and like that. I also think that um, he's probably gonna think that Rock is the one who took out his brother. Cause I think it's possible that nigga is gonna forget that Ronnie attacked him, and he might even think that it was Rock who did it. Cause I'm telling you, his thought process is gonna be fucked up when we see him in this new season. Hold up. Panessa went through so yeah, Panessa is going through it a little bit. They need to write Panessa in a current timeline show. I mean, I don't really know what her character could bring, how much her character could really bring, but maybe. Perhaps if Breeze does turn out to be unique, her character can show some values, especially if she comes with their son. Yeah, J4, if you look at that last video, I kind of thoroughly explained all of that. Dale, you said I'm buffering. Vanessa not dead, y'all. It's not the end for her or Jerome. I hope they're still alive. Hey, Demarcus, you was asking about him. There he go. There go my boy Takari. That's a good point. I'm going to check out that video after this live. Bet. To your point, do you think Snaps and Pops are to blame for E Train's death? That's interesting. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, support. I don't know what would be the point of Pernessa's character really. This nigga so fucking ass. Ain't doing nothing but in the game fouling. Bitch ass nigga. Trash piece of shit. His ass sorry as hell. Man, fuck these niggas. Unique gonna have bad flashbacks about Marvin, Lou, and Rock. Possibly. And like I told you, I think that nigga is gonna lose it so much that he gonna think that Rock was the one killed Ronnie, and he gonna forget. I'm telling you, that nigga gonna forget every. I think everything probably within the first, the past weeks or so, he's probably gonna forget that shit. So he might actually remember, you know what I'm saying, Ronnie getting out of jail and shit like that. But he's not gonna remember that Ronnie attacked him because that's how that stuff worked anyway. Like when you get hit that hard in the head, you'll forget everything that happened upon in that particular time period. So in his head, Ronnie was still his beloved brother, and then it might get out to him that hey, Rock was behind the death of Ronnie, and that's what set him off. Could be it. Nigga, why do you like Joyce so much? Besides her being a badass mother, why the hell do you want to see that? Unique going to wake up believing Rock sent him to take over his business. Kanan said that was the word on the street in season 3. Add that with that Nessa said about high posts, and that's trouble. Facts, Kalinga. I can definitely see that. Yep. It's gonna be something like that probably. Oh, okay, yeah, you said Rob buffering, got it. Wouldn't be surprised if Tommy Ghost, Kanan, and Mecca hit every mom back in the day. What the fuck? That's random. Effie's mom said no purpose. Vanessa has more motive than her. That's true. I don't know why the hell they brought her to it. But like I told you, I think them having to rush that season is kind of the reason why some of the storylines just didn't make sense. Vanessa and Joyce Thomas has to be a couple of episodes. I see Joyce dying, to be honest. Gonna remember everything before him and Rock had eggs and sex. Yep, that's what I think it is. And again, you remember Ronnie? I think, like I told you, I think he's gonna become his brother. And you know, Ronnie hated Rock, so he gonna hate Rock. And for those of y'all that haven't checked out my video, I know that one long, so that's probably the reason why a lot of people didn't look at it. I might chop it up a little bit and put it out there, and I'm gonna chop this live out too for key points so people can see certain points, talking points. But I think that with hold on, you said did you touch? Damn, them comments be moving like that. Did you touch on what's being foreshadowed in the quick teaser video with Kanan picking up the bag of money? Um, I did. I touched on that on in another video, not the video I recently did, but the one I think right before that. Yes, I did. Basically, with that, if you remember, if you see it on you seen the poster, it says on there blood money. I think um, it's possible that that money right there, and also I think Unique is gonna see it this way too. That's another point for him. And I think that's the reason why it's written on there, blood money. I think another reason that Unique is gonna be mad, especially when he see that finds out about that $500,000 was supposed to have been paid to Ronnie, because I think he could learn that information from Stefano, right? So once he finds that out, he's gonna be like, so she basically profit off the blood of my brother, and that's why it's probably gonna be saying blood money, because it's gonna be blood money. Ronnie's blood is gonna be on that money, as well as Detective Howard and shit, a couple of other motherfuckers. So I think Kanan might demand that Rock give that money to him because originally it's supposed to went to him anyways, and perhaps him and Neek is gonna open up, because I do think him and Neek is gonna be working together this season. Because that's what I was gonna say. You remember, y'all remember that leaked photo? That leaked photo that came out last season of Raising Kanan. It showed what looks like to be Unique coming out of Kanan's apartment. And I told y'all I believe that was a flashback scene. So I think originally he was going to kill Kanan. That's what he was going to do. But I think something's going to happen. I also touched on this in that video I just put out today too. I think something's gonna happen that Nick is gonna change his mind about taking out Kanan. Very similar to how Kanan was planning to take out Tariq originally. Remember? And then he changed his mind when he found out that Tariq hated ghosts. Well, I think very similar to that, Nick is gonna figure out that Kanan don't like his mom a lot, just like Tariq did. So it's gonna be that's kind of the reason why, because I think Kanan is gonna see his younger self in Tariq. That was the reason why he took a liking to him. So after that, after he figures out the truth of how Kanan feels about Rock, he's gonna change his mind and decide to do business with him. So that could be what after the reason why he went ahead and told him, "Hey, fake the stage that robbery. Stage that kidnapping. Act like you got kidnapped by Ronnie. Ask for the 500,000, and once you get that 500,000, you know what I'm saying. Take out Ronnie, and then me and you can use that 500K to open up our next business. Like that could be what it is. I'm not exactly sure if that's how it's gonna play out, but hey, that could be it. How and when will Detective Carter get out of jail? That's a good one. Uh, I would say whatever the new spinoff is gonna be, um, he's gonna get out towards the end because I think it's gonna start off with somebody else, and then like they're gonna forget once Tariq kind of start forgetting about him. He's gonna find some kind of way by having some kind of leverage or whatever on somebody, whether it's on Tariq or somebody that Tariq love or whatever. He's gonna use that and find a way to get himself out. Now I haven't exactly thought about in full detail how it's gonna happen, but yeah, I think it's gonna happen towards the end of the first season, probably. Let's see what's next. George Thomas is the only person that Rock is afraid of. Hmm. Demarcus, I would not give the slightest fuck if George died. Nobody would, bro. Trust me. Yeah, they need to unalive Joyce too. Yeah, what Joyce do? Joyce is a bad mother. She can get put into a pack. She is a terrible mother, no doubt. Did anyone notice how Shirley ducked when Joyce walked into the bar? I didn't notice that. That's crazy. I need to go back and look at that. Damn, hold up. Let me go up. Someone in the Thomas family got to go to hurt the family. Rock and her brothers are too obvious, so it got to be Joyce. That makes sense. I was saying that somebody in their family got to go. Yeah, because her and E Train probably had a thing. That's what I think it was. But I'm about to go back and review what you said right now, Rob, and right after I finish with these comments. I think the unique could have been at what is Optica when Ronnie beat down Unique with a pole. Joyce gonna let cancer catch her old ass. remember what? Remember that Unique told Davina that he would send he would send her mother there for rehab, and it was like a vacation. Early Tyler could have picked up Unique from Attica and kept kept this secret under the radar. That could have happened. I think Unique would be mad about Howard too, because he saw him as a father figure. Did he? Shit. That leak photo is why I believe Crystal is lying about being pregnant. Okay? Yep, soon as Tariq said his parents are liars, Tariq Kanan changed his mind. Jenny Sullivan and Blanca had helped Don Carter get out of prison. Hmm, that could be one of the reasons. Unique new appearance definitely looks like a nigga that would be able to keep Ghost Tommy and Kane in line at least until Ghost is tired of his ass. Jenny and Blanca ain't say nothing about Junior in final episode. Right, because the bad right. I think Tate is gonna find out about Carter killing his brother and end up using it against him. Jukebox could tell Kanan and Crystal needs to take a pregnancy test. Definitely see that happening to Marcus. Juke gonna be on her ass. So let me go back and review the part that Rob was talking about, saying that um, Shirley kind of jumped once she seen Joyce. That's a little interesting to me. What episode was that? That's like episode 7, I want to say. Let me go back on that. Yep, episode 7. I thought it was episode 7. Maybe it was 6. God damn. Well, I was trying to find it. That you said it's episode 7. I thought it was episode 7. Hold on. Let me go to that shit. Hold on. I'm gonna share the screen. That's crazy. I swear it was episode 7, but I tried to skip through it. I didn't see it. Hold on. Let me pause it a little bit. I don't want them to hit me with no copyright. Just thought about that shit. They love them copyrights. It's crazy. I know exactly what scene you're talking about. I'm just trying to find it. Because he was like, at least I think I know. Yeah, it ain't this one because that's when he about to get ready. He's getting drunk and he was about to get ready to take out Scrap Mom. So it got to be like shoot one of the earlier episodes. Anyways, one my time, I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find it, Jack. As soon as Jukebox find out Crystal is lying about being pregnant, she finna be on that ass before Kanan can blink. He missed the Taylor shot. The death of Joyce could cause a clean slate between Kanan, Rock, and Lulu. Crystal line is obvious because she and Kanan didn't get together for that long. Didn't 3 months pass within the season? That means Crystal could really be pregnant. Let me see. Did it? Was it 3 months past? What if Detective Carter put Salim in witness and faked his death like they did with Lauren? Then once Tariq is finally on top of the world, here comes Salim ready to take the stand against him. Bruh, you remember when book two was airing? I said that I think I said about episode 7, I believe I was saying at the time, that if Celine's body don't show up by that episode, that he is a good chance he actually alive, and I actually believe that because that's uh, they not gonna just not talk on his death for no reason. They probably are planning on using it again later on. After word gets out, Crystal's line, Kanan is going to blink and Crystal is going to be dead. Paige Heard, aka Lauren, was the girl in the garage on Lifetime. Yeah. I remember that scene, but I thought Shirley was trying not to be nosy. Hmm. I hate when Power doesn't tell us how much time passes. Yeah. We be having to guess the time skip. Yeah, you gotta put a lot of two and two together. Okay, so facts and is known to guess. The original dates for Raising Canaan to drop was March 7, 2025, but people assumed that was fake news. For real, be like 2 seasons in 1 year. Why can't they tell us from jump? Realistically, I don't see Kanan nor any of his family doing what they did in season 1 up to season 4 in 1 year. Yeah, it was like a year and a half, basically. Because if you pay attention to Kanan, Kanan was 15 when it first started, and he was 17 at the end of season 3. So that means And he said his birthday was August 15, 1975. So that means his birthday when Raising Kanan was airing season one, his birthday hadn't came yet. So it probably was like early summer or spring during that time. And then his birthday came, and then season two came in. Um, his birthday, his birthday came again. So it's like nearly 2 years because I would say season one a few months came, and then he turned 16, and then a full year for season three he turned 17. Let's see. How come nobody ever talks about book four Force? The characters from book two finally come turn the final season up. I agree with that, but I just think more folks focusing on Raising Kanan because that's the one that's coming up next. I mean, once you know more advertisement and stuff for Force is coming, then everybody gonna jump on the Force train. Davis is diabolical for hitting Noma before her wedding, knowing damn well he was helping plot her death. Hey, you ain't. Hey, that's that. You ain't tell no lie. That nigga didn't give a fuck. That's savage shit. Then they gonna tell them folks just shoot the bitch before she come down the aisle. Then was trying to get her ass for her money. That man wasn't playing. The scene with Shirley at 45 minutes and 2 seconds, season three, episode 7. Damn. What's up, my boy? Salute, Razoo. Salute to you. Damn, it might show me exactly where it's at. All right, I'm about to go there. Hold up. Cause I can find that shit at the moment. Yeah, it was a very short scene. That's why. Let me see.
Usual, your time is perfect.
Little early, Paul.
Uh, I mean, that don't really look like much of nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? That don't really look like much happened there. I just think yeah, like I forgot who it was who said that, but yeah, it just looked like she was trying to get them space. Then really look like they got history going on. No, Kanan's 17 now. He was 15 in season one, 16 in season two, and 17 in season three. Crazy, crazy if we don't get a new season four trailer until March 7th and season starts in April. No, hell no. That season starting in March 7th. So that trailer dropping next week. You can book that. The trailer drops next week. Raising Kanan is the best show. That's a fact. Unless Force does a huge time skip, I can't see Tariq popping in Force. Timeline is still way behind Force season one and two. It's still recently after book two, season one. Well, that's what I think is going to happen. I think the time events between Miguel and this is my prediction on that. Hold on, let me go ahead and update this. Damn. So I think Miguel, he's gonna have that war with Miguel, and like I said, I think that's only gonna take the first 5 episodes. After that, a new threat is gonna emerge, and I think it's gonna be the mafia. And I think the mafia is going to be a little too powerful for Tommy to handle alone because it's also possible that maybe he's going to lose his allies, Diamond and them, whether it's they have a dispute and they decide to turn on Tommy or whatever the case may be. I just think he's going to be a lone wolf, and he's going to need some allies that he can trust. So that's when he made the call to Tariq to see could him and his people possibly come and lend him an assist. So yeah, that's how I see that. Uh, let's see what else did what did I leave off at? Tariq fans will definitely dislike me if he show up in force. Why you say that, DeBargus? She was trying to mind her business. Yeah, she was just minding her business. I agree. If Kanan killed Miss Jenkins and OG Power, who apartment did they take over for Breeze to lay low in either Famous or Simrad? Does Simrad get locked up or killed, leaves Romero on his own to survive? Uh, that's something that was a big question for me too. Like, in general, what happened to Simrad? Because, like, Kanan was obviously, you know, selling weed for him, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he just stopped. I know if most dealers, if somebody is pushing for you, and then all of a sudden they just stop showing up, you're gonna go after them, or at least try to get an explanation. Like, what the hell's going on? I thought we was doing business, unless behind closed doors, and they just didn't show it to us. This nigga run and killed them or something. The first scene was in 1985. High we saw High Post. After the park fight, it was 1991 when Butter performed. They had 92 on their backs. Yeah, That's the right time. Like I said, Kanan started off as 15, but remember, like I told you, his birthday hadn't came yet. His birthday, it started off in '91, it probably was like anywhere between April, July-ish, anywhere in that time range. And then his birthday came in '91, making him 16. Then, um, then 92 come, his birthday came again, because now it's late '92, making him 17. Because keep in mind, Jukebox was 16 in season 1. Now she's 18. George Thomas is that chick people love to hate, just like Ronnie Mathis. I love Ronnie. I like characters on BMF way better than Book 3. That's crazy work there, got the car. I ain't gonna lie to you. Only character I like on BMF is Lamar. Ain't nobody else worth it. I think we're gonna find out Miguel was Lobo's little brother. It could definitely be some relation to it. I remember Getting How Live did a video about that. Remember when Jukebox kidnapped Tariq? We need to see Jukebox explicitly kill someone like that in either Raising Kanan or Origins. The look on Kanan and Ghostface proves that he's seen her do it before. Shirley said she was a big E Train fan. like every other warm-blooded woman. Yeah, like I said, he try and hit that back in the day. That would be the perfect time to do that theory I mentioned earlier in the chat. The one about Tommy and Ghost, right? I mean Tommy and Tariq. I actually love BMF and Breeze is Nicole's boyfriend, and Terry will teach him the game and come to Queens. As far as BMF, bro, I liked season 1 and 2. Season 3 was absolutely trash, and I don't care what no one says. That shit was ass. It was boring. I mean, I ain't gonna say it was that boring, but it was like terrible writing. It was very predictable and absolute unexclusive, man, unexcusably bad acting. Like it was terrible. And another issue I have with BMF is you can have you can have a few in a good show. You can have a few actors that's not the strongest here or there. But when your two leads aren't that strong, it kind of makes the show suffer. And I'm not saying that Da Vinci is a bad actor or Little Flannery is a bad actor, but they're not strong actors either. So you got two of your main characters that's not strong actors, and at times they have bad acting moments. So for me, and then they like to add a lot of celebrities like rappers and singers and shit like that to the show that are terrible. Like Young Miami, she was absolutely terrible. Like, bruh, she probably the worst actress I've seen of all time on a mainstream show. You said Simrad went on to become RSJ. No, he's not, because RSJ would be much older than that if that was the case. Because you got to think about Simrad at that time was already at least 20 years older than Kanan. So that means RSJ would have been like 60 going on 70 years old. Shit, he would be 70 actually. Yeah, he'll be 70 something years old. I think Kanan would smoke Paul for snitching. Man, I just think they're gonna write Paul ass out, but hey, it could happen. He hid who? You said support. You said why he hide him. Who did he hide? What do you mean? What theory did you mention? Right, that's what I said. The guy hide him. It's about Tommy taking his old mentor's alias and become the new boss of Chicago. Yeah, yeah, bro. That damn Tupac. That's another. That's if y'all. It's still on my channel right now as a short. That's what made me stop watching it. Like I actually no, I finished the season, but I stopped doing content on it. I couldn't do no more content on it after I seen that shit. I said, bro, y'all really put this nigga together. Y'all just shaved a random nigga, gave him a save a lot bandana put on his head, and said it was Tupac. And then on top of that, they had it was the current year was what 92, 91, something like that. And they had him the 96 version of Tupac though. Like they just I'm like, come on, 50. I know you know better, bro. He had to he must have had no hand up in that particular saying because I know he wouldn't have did Pac like that, bro. That's great. Okay, so I'm taking note. You said about the alias of him using Bree's name, basically. Okay. The only characters I care about on BMF is the mother and father and the kid that unalived himself. Oh, okay, I got you. You talking about the detective side? Yeah, that was kind of fucked up. That's that pussy ass Remy Ransom. I hear you on BMF got Meats just knock out everyone in the club. Come on now. Kanan Weed business is over. I don't think he's snitching now after what Ronnie did. Me either. Making a what you talking about? Make a video about uh, Paul, or you still talking about the same one? I wonder if Rock knew Simrad. Doubt it. They should have just used AI for Pac. Paul could snitch that Kanan took the carrier system. Timu Pac is why I stopped watching BMF as well. They could have done they could have done without that. Right, bruh. The worst thing for BMF was adding the ugly stud wanna be a man. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. BMF out. That's another thing. BMF was just all over the place for me, bro. This shit was terrible. For me, in order for BMF to recover, they gotta bring Lamar back. Like he ain't dead. He just on crack. Find a way to make a crackhead version of Lamar and put his ass in season 4. RSJ is Juan Samuel Jenkins. Tommy lived next door to poor Miss Jenkins. RSJ said his dad died and left him broke. Hmm. Right. I don't know why they put that Henry bullshit up in there. It was so predictable too, cause I said from the beginning that she was gonna kill her father. I said, well, I see exactly how this gonna go. And when she shot Meech them, well Terry what right hand man, I seen that shit coming. Like every last one of them was just straight out predictable. Oh yeah, and don't get me started on Two Chains. Two Chains is the only nigga that can actually compete with Young Miami as the worst actor I've ever fucking seen. Their predictions: Quan, Paul, put Quan twice, Marvin, and Famous. Damn. So we're gonna get that's two major characters there, Marvin and Famous. I'm gonna say this though. Marvin kinda on my list too. I haven't put 10 toes down yet that I think he's gonna be out of here, but I am looking at him. I'm gonna wait on that trailer before I really, you know, make my final prediction on whether I think Marvin gonna be out here. What, nigga? Y'all know what's crazy though? The lady that knew that played that Henrietta or whatever her name was, before she started looking like that and she was younger, she actually was damn near attractive. So they're saying these hoes just be tripping sometimes. 2 Chainz was just terrible, bro. I'm talking about that nigga was terrible, bro. Yeah, BMF do need to be canceled. And to be honest with you, I think the only reason why it's not canceled is because 50 Cent's name. That's the only thing carrying it. If that was just if BMF was just, especially season 3, season 1 and 2, not so much, but season 3, if you just put that out in the opening and let's just say 50 Cent was never attached to it, and it was just put out there for people to look at, oh yeah, it would have been canceled after the first season. That's how bad it was. You think Marvin could be the sacrifice? That's gonna be crazy. If Marvin is the sacrifice, who would sacrifice him? I lost all interest in BMF, especially since both brothers are out of jail currently. We know how the story ends now. I hope Ross gets killed because her character is so phony and unrealistic. Takari just grew up in their life, so he can't stand to see the fake bullshit on TV. That's what the fuck his problem is. So whatever is some unrealistic bullshit, he can't stand it. We need all hands on deck for power to get rid of BML. Start protesting, just going directly at Stars Network like, bro, council BML, but that shit is trash. He told Rock he would die for his family when they were in the chapel together at the hospital. Yep. And she said she'll die for him too, though. Was she capping? Well, they kind of foreshadowed Marvin's death in season 3. How so? Okay, let me update this real quick. Okay. Sometimes Power Universe feels like a Marvel show, like all these characters got superpowers with plot armor. Yes, especially with some of this bullshit that they be playing like it be happening. At least Rock was shot. Tariq never been shot, and that's unrealistic. You got a little point there. Shit, Monet character with the fakest shit. Hey, why was Monet character so fake? In real life, Rock would have been on the blade selling selling cat for D. Hey, more than likely that is the truth. But hey, you know how this woke shit is. They gotta act like these. Let me shut up before I get canceled. Theory: Rock and Marvin die together. Lou leaves the game for good and runs his club. Hmm. I'm gonna say this. I said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. I don't know about Marvin necessarily, but Rock gotta go because in order for Kanan to blossom into the Kanan that we really know, Rock has to be out of his life. So whether it's she's forced to leave or she dies, she has to get out of the way. And I say it has to happen pretty soon. Of course, one thing's for sure is Rock won't be in Origins, I would say. I don't think she makes it there. Whether she goes to jail, leaves and go out of town somewhere, or dies, she has to get out of the way. Okay. Somebody's going in the furnace. So yeah, I agree with that. Somebody got to go in that fire for sure. Who it's gonna be? I don't know. That's a good question. Who do y'all think will end up going in Stefano's furnace? Who's gonna get their ass burnt alive? Bro, it could. Hey, y'all, I just got a thought. It could be Rock that goes in there. Hear me out on this shit. Because think about it. It could be foreshadowing of what they said in season 3. Cause remember what Kanan said on what was that, episode 9, season 3? He was saying he heard it was you who took out Neat, got the towns to burn him alive while you take his work. So maybe they in the next season that's what's gonna happen to Rock. And also keep in mind what happened to Kanan in the original Power. He was set on fire by ghosts, right? So if that's the case, maybe his mom was set on fire as well. Just saying. I don't know. But yeah, I do definitely think somebody's going in there. Well, Howard constantly trying to tell Rock that Marvin needs to be the sacrifice for the family. Okay, that's what you mean by that. Gotcha. I mean, there are cases of real life female drug lords, though. Yeah, it is. Like the lady on Snowfall, Louie, she was based off a real character. I forgot what her real name. It was something. Matter of fact, her last name was Thomas. It was something Thomas. She was a real deal drug lord here in L.A. Actually, something Thomas. It'll come back to me later, but yeah, she was a real deal one. Tariq does need to get shot and learn how to fight. How in the hell does your ex girlfriend, new boyfriend, chase you around the school in front of her in the first episode? Tariq fans be on that bullshit. I see. Yeah, you talking about? Okay, yeah, the Hispanic lady. Yep, she was the one too. I'm Tariq motherfucker St. Patrick. There's that. Hey, that nigga looked so soft when he did that, bro. I'm gonna say that. Like that shit was not believable at all. I'm Tariq motherfucker St. Patrick. The moment he said that, bro, and I was looking, I'm like, Man, shut your soft ass up. Her ass ain't gonna do shit. I killed my own father. It don't sound like it, nigga. Stefano going in that. So you think Stefano gonna get burnt himself? It could be his ass. Stefano, Giorgio, or Marvin. Yep, Rocket's possible. We know one snitch got burnt. High Post. Well, I don't think High Post was a snitch. I think Rocket was a snitch and she planted that shit on him. Man, they better not copy 50 Cent real story. Rock don't gotta die the same way his real mama did. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not too familiar of what happened to 50 Cent's real mom. So what happened to her? People thought Ronnie would go in the furnace and burn like Dre did. Rock is literally a snitch. I think Stefano is a rat too. I think that nigga a rat as well. So female queen pins aren't unrealistic. I mean, no, it's some of them that existed. Is it rare? Yes, but you do have some that has actually, you know, dominated the streets like that. On your theory about Rock going in the furnace, you can't kill those Thomas niggas with fire. Lulu and Kanan proved that. Hey, that is true. I didn't think about that. But both of them motherfuckers survived that shit. Maybe she gonna be the one that don't though. Three strikes you out. Rock should have just stopped at the line. I'm tired of everyone going against me, and that's it. The Tariq motherfucking St. Patrick line wasn't necessary. What's good, Breeze TV? Ghost is a snitch too. I don't view him as a gangster. He better come back as a civilian, no influence. Damn, so Ghost ain't a gangster? That's crazy. Marvin wasn't in OG Power, so yeah, he gonna die this season. I mean, that don't necessarily mean he gonna die, but yeah, I do think me personally think he did die. His real mama died in the fire and sold drugs for real. Damn. Well, shit, she might be the one did. I'm just saying. That might be what happened to her. Marvin and Tariq are snitches. How do I say Marvin and Tariq? Tariq and Tommy are snitches just like Ghost. Well, Tommy technically haven't snitched yet. Well, when does Tommy snitch? Yeah, that's pretty much get rich and die trying. Come to think of it, Kanan the only one in power in the game that never snitched. When did Tommy snitch? Let me see. Because I don't think Tommy snitched on nobody. I mean, I think the closest thing I can say to Tommy snitching on somebody was he put the tracker on Dre's car to set up the Jimenez, but he didn't snitch on him technically, I guess. Somebody let me know in these comments, when did Tommy snitch? Yeah, that's what I was just talking about. But he really didn't give her the information. She she asked for it and he said, I'm not that guy. He said, if you want the Jimenez, just give me the tracker. So he didn't tell her no information. He just got the tracker from her and put it on Dre's car. And Dre led her to the Jimenez. Tommy snitched and told Jason Ghost was gonna kill him. Okay, so he did do that, but that's like, you know what I'm saying? I guess so. I was talking about more so telling law enforcement shit, which is what Ghost, Rock, um, who else? Dre, motherfuckers like that been doing. But like as far I was talking about like for as talking to the police and shit. Tommy got a locating tracker from Angela and put it under Dre's vehicle and told Angela when to turn it on to catch Diego Jimenez. That is dry snitching. Yeah, that's dry snitching a little bit. It is, but that's aiding the police gang. Hey, he like, all right, y'all don't run me over. To a degree, but he just didn't do no blank. Like this nigga's Ghost, Rock, Dre, who else? Uh, shit, Tasha. They directly told the police and snitched. So that you know what I'm saying. That's a little different. Working with the police is a way is any way makes you a snitch. He knew what he was trying to do when he got that tracker. Come on, Doc. Hey, all I'm saying is he said stop making excuses for Tommy. Tell with eat Swiss cheese. All right. Like I said, y'all got me. All right, Tommy, Tommy a snitch too. Hold on. So Juke snitch? Who did Juke snitch on? So y'all don't believe in Tony Teresi's theory? He said you only a rat when you snitch on somebody that you supposed to be loyal to. If you snitch on somebody to for your own gain, then that's just business. That's right or wrong. We need more backstory on how Post this season. I agree. I would love to know what happened to him. Why Ghost has traits of a Thomas though? Because Lulu his motherfucking daddy. But anyways, did Monet ever snitch? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Monet snitch. What the fuck are we talking about? Remember Monet told Carter about the Russians. What's going to happen with Famous? So we kind of already discussed that a little bit. Famous was actually the first topic, but I think Famous gonna a blast from the past gonna come back to hunt him. Either he's gonna stay in jail and somebody kill his ass in jail, or he's gonna get out of jail and think that he's gonna make a career out of himself, and somebody else gonna end up popping his ass still. Either way, I think Famous is out of here this season. It's not gonna be a happy ending for him. Tommy a snitch that kills snitches. Kanan is a start, not a Thomas, so he ain't lucky like how Ghost and the Thomas family are. Yeah, I mean, Juke Jukebox was talking to Bert a lot. I can't remember the conversations though. Dude talked too much. Yeah, but she never gave up any information though. She never like whenever Bert tried to ask her about that, she checked her. Whenever she tried to ask her any kind of information. I mean, the closest thing I can get to maybe you saying the Juke snitched is when she told Bert to watch her back because her own people is coming after her. But is that really a snitch? Okay, shit. Since this turned into a snitch poll, we know the king of snitching probably got to be Dre, right? Rock was lucky and got saved by Neat. Diana is a snitch too. Well, of course Diana a snitch. That's the shit. Diana talk way too motherfucking much. She definitely couldn't be around me. That motherfucker don't do nothing but talk. All your secrets gonna get out. Tommy also called the police on Vladimir Crew in season 2 of OG Power. Uh, I guess he did make a anonymous report to the police. I mean, but for me, when I think of snitch and stuff like that, I'm thinking of niggas who just in there just running their mouth about shit that they just ain't supposed to be talking about. Or obviously anytime you telling the police on somebody, you know, business and shit like that. And then just doing unnecessary talking, like Diana. Only ones truly loyal to the game without snitching is Kanan and Unique. Let me see if I can think of another one. Nah, that ain't true. 2-bit. You left out 2-bit. Like my nigga Spanky said, you ain't gonna never get him to talk. Hey, he's the true G. So yeah, you gotta put some respect on my nigga 2-bit name. And Kane, right. That's 4 of them. But it says Zeke, I'ma tell them what I know. Mecca, I'ma tell them what folks what I know. And damn, I'ma tell Poppy what I know. Why could I hear all of them folks saying this shit? This shit is funny as hell. Jukebox was a police officer. She snitched every day. Oh shit. Oh shit. Can't argue with that. I wish we could have seen Effie and Diana catching a body together. Mm. You might get. We just might get that in force. You just never know. It depends on if Diana travels to Chicago with them. Because I think Effie absolutely would be with them, but I don't know about Diana. Dre, Maria, Proctor, Tommy. No, the King snitch was back. You right. You right. I definitely stand corrected. The King was absolutely Becca. That's the goat of global snitching. You damn right. Not gonna lie, I thought you was hotboxing at first, but it was my ashy ass camera. Hmm. Breeze TV. That nigga smoking that Juliana pack. Nah, I ain't smoking shit right up in there. Anonymous tips to the cops still counts as snitching, point blank. Tommy and Ghost are both right. Hey, Ghost is unquestionably a rat. I mean, you ain't gotta. I ain't got no pushback with that. Ghost my boy, but yeah, that nigga be snitching his ass out. Kanan, Kane, and Two Bit not snitches. You right. Them right there for sure. Kanan, Kane, and Two Bit for sure. No snitch in them. Let me try to think of anybody else. I feel like we got some more. And Neek, you left out Neek, Demarcus. So that's four solid ones. Trying to think. Shit, Marvin. Marvin ain't never snitched on nobody. So that's five. We got five. Unless somebody can stand me correct me if I'm wrong right now. But to my knowledge and what I can think of, Marvin, because Marvin's very, you know, anti snitches. He hates snitches. That's why he was trying to kill Tony, even though that shit was already handled. And nigga can't stand snitches. Ghost is the king of snitching. It's why Kanan hated him so much. He ain't the king, but he up there. He might be a prince. Jew is a snitch too. Riley, what is this? A snitch or thigh? Wait a minute. Kane planted a badge in Tariq's dog and got him locked up again. Oh shit. Hey, that's right. Hey, I gotta admit, I forgot about that. But hey, Takari got a point. That's dry snitching, bro. Yeah, Kane got a little snitch on him. He planted some shit on him. Book 2, Season 4 finale foreshadowed that someone is watching behind the scene. Blanca, Jenny, others watching behind the scene. Ghost is too. Sakari Kane didn't snitch. He set up Tariq. Kane reported to to Ramirez about Tariq selling drugs for the family. Jannard not a snitch. Let me see. It's kind of hard to say with them because they only had 2 seasons so far. But let me see. Make sure that nigga ain't snitch on nobody. Hold on. Jannard is a snitch. What the fuck are you talking about, DeMarcus? That nigga snitched on he was snitching on Tommy. He the one told he was telling Miguel that Tommy was messing with his sister. That nigga is a snitch. Yeah, now that's one. Buckets, Liliana, for sure. Yep, Scrap. And as far as we know, Symphony. This nigga said Cash not a snitch. Ain't nobody talking about that nigga. Kane was indirectly working with Mecca, a rat, and telling him what Tariq be doing. and he was trying to get Effie to flip on Tariq. Yeah, that nigga Kane did do some shit, bro. Kane falls on the list of Kane a snitch. I agree. Kane is a snitch. We gotta take him off the list. I miss if Symphony is coming back in season 4. I don't know for certain. I mean, I heard some people say that it's rumored that he is, but I can't 100% confirm that for myself. It's a damn shame Kane never found out Mecca was the biggest rat of on earth. Yeah, that's right. They never did talk to him about that, did they? Liliana told Claudia that JP was Tommy's brother. She wasn't snitching with that though. She probably just didn't think that was any harm in telling her that. That's not no. We ain't doing that. You're not gonna take Liliana's credibility away for that. That's not. She wasn't snitching. He tried that shit though, did he, Buckets? He tried, but that's not Liliana. Not no snitch, bro. Kane meeting Ghost Kane/Kane. Who the fuck are you supposed to be? Ghost, the nigga your daddy worked for. Now sit the fuck down. I can see him telling some shit like that. You think Stacy Marks gonna die? She is doing a lot. She could. Ghost Pops was a snitch. So Tariq and James being snitches don't fall far from the tree. Hey, that's what they say. How was she dry snitching, bro? God damn, I got cooked. Mm-mm. Well, Tommy's still making bad moves even in force because how he got caught by the cops on camera after just being in Chicago for not even a day. Yeah, his shit, Tommy's shit be very unrealistic. Like that nigga, he's supposed to been went to jail. Yeah, but Liliana wasn't just telling her that behind his back. Perhaps she was running her mouth a little too much, but no, I'm not gonna say she was a snitch. I have a wild theory. Showstopper, Janar's girlfriend, is getting her back blown out by Tommy next season. Black women love a man that can teach, protect, and have charisma with style. I don't know about that. In real life, they would have had the marshals on his ass. Hell yeah. Mine that would have been done a long time ago. He states that Tommy a cornball. Realistically, Tommy would have been caught always riding around in the same car and still going by his government name like use an alias. Yeah, I agree. That's another thing that him always up in that goddamn Mustang would have definitely have been got him caught. All right, so we don't need maybe one last topic because I'm about to go ahead and check up off here. It's been 3 hours now. Ghost taught Dre how to snitch looking for Tatiana. Yeah, I mean, I'll say it was already in his ass, but he probably made him a strategical snitch. He taught him how to be cold on this snitch and shit. That's what he taught him. I think he been a snitch. All right. Who is your favorite power character and who do you hate the most? Oh man. Favorite power character. That varies for me. Shit. It's kind of hard for me to figure out, to be honest with you. I liked a lot of people. I can give a top five. Shit. Top five. I can give out. Shoot. Ghost, Kanan, Ronnie, Marvin, and probably Neat. Most hated character. Psh, let me see. Noma. The fuck? That bitch was annoying as hell. Let me make sure there ain't nobody else, but right now it's probably Noma ass. And they gave that bitch 2 seasons. She should have been out of here the first episode. That mind said I definitely dislike Tariq and Tasha. If Effie can fuck Kane and if Kane can fuck Noma, any cheeks is clapping. What nigga? Headed home myself. Been cool chatting with you. Gotta do this again sometime. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah, and that's what I'm gonna start doing. If I'm gonna try to get do at least a live once a week, especially when the show started. Absolutely, it's probably gonna be like at least 2 of them when Raising Kanan come back. Cause for sure, after every show, I'll go live, and then after maybe I don't know, on Monday or something, we'll figure that shit out. Tasha shooting Monet still makes no sense to me now. Yeah, it didn't make no sense. And like I told folks, I believe they had originally they had a different storyline for season 4. I don't think season 4 is supposed to have been the last season for book 2. It probably actually supposed to went like 5 to 6 seasons. But since the higher ups in stars decided that they were going to do that, they just had to fill in the holes the best way they knew how. Say everybody hate Dre. Yeah, Dre was an annoying ass nigga too. Kanan is my favorite character. My favorite character is Tariq, and most hated is Noah. Okay, so we share the most hated. Most hated character Tariq and Tasha for DeMarcus. My most hated character is Effie, Drew, Diana, and Dre. God damn. Mecca deserves an honorable mention. His ass, he was acting his ass off, even though he's a snitch. That's true. But see, my nigga, that's what Ronnie was acting his ass off too. Hey, even though Ronnie was snitching too. Ronnie snitching, he snitched on Neat, told Vanessa. I'm surprised no one hates Sax. Bro, I actually didn't hate Sax. If we talking about okay, so let's say if we had to say who is our favorite as far as law enforcement, who would it be? Because actually, a little bit, because it was just kind of funny seeing this nigga trying his ass off to catch them folks and he could never catch them. That shit was just funny as hell to me. I hated how season 4 started. I thought Tariq and Braden were gonna leave New York when David said they need to leave New York City. Yeah, but we still don't know anything about Effie, right? They refuse to give you information about her. Maybe the next spinoff will tell it. My most hated characters were Monet and Noma. Monet death didn't bother me at all, but Kane's reaction brought tears. Hey, what you got against Monet? Because what she did to Lorenzo? You like Sax and Blanca? Yeah, because they were the unknown law enforcement. Hey, I'm gonna say this. I might be a lone wolf on this, but I like Carter too. Carter, one of my favorite ones. We talking about law enforcement. Carter was ugly as hell. That body had them folks in a chokehold for a little minute. If it can get her Christmas lights turned off, I don't give a fuck. My favorite character was Neek. I don't know now. Why you say it was? I mean, Neek is still here. He just might turn into Breeze. That's all. Yeah, Carter was a good addition to the book too. So the show ended. Yeah. So hopefully, they go ahead and whatever this next one is, they find a way to put him back in there. Which I say they absolutely will, because in my opinion, I think if they weren't planning on bringing Michael Ealy's character back, they probably would have just killed him. So yeah, I think he'll definitely be back. Would you consider Proctor law enforcement? No, he ain't law enforcement because he's not enforcing the law. But I mean, I think lawyers, attorneys, and stuff, they would go under a different umbrella because they defending against the ugly ass law. So no, I wouldn't say he's law enforcement. Sax was pretty much Jimmy McNulty from The Wire. Yeah. Everybody keep on referring to The Wire, but I think I'm the only nigga up in this mud that ain't never seen it. He is going to be different. I don't care who Breeze is, really. How Monet was Queen Pen, they never had a drug connect. They did have a drug connect. Rico was their drug connect in season 1. Just had to find a new one after she took Rico out. My favorite law enforcement officer was Detective Whitman. Detective Whitman. See, for me, Sax was funny too, so I think that's another reason why I probably kind of liked him. Even though he was annoying, he was kind of funny. Yeah, but Sachs was a federal prosecutor too, so he was law enforcement. The Tejadas were just a small time family. How they don't know who Kanan, Ghost, or Tommy were yet? Zion did, and he was a side character. Bruh, facts support. I had that same conversation with my brother, bro. I was like, bro, how the hell this nigga a mid-level hustler that let Kane tell it, but they didn't even know who Ghost, Kanan, and Tommy were, and they ran the whole damn city. Like they should at least heard of their name. You know what I'm saying? And then the mid-level hustler, Zion, knew who they were. I mean, it could be because maybe he just did some time, and then when he got out, he didn't have much pull or some shit. I don't know. I'm trying to make that shit make sense. Whitman got his ass smoked trying to. Well, that's what typically happened to all they ass. Breeze gonna be Tony Yayo. Breeze about to be a motherfucker, bro. That's why I just want. That's why me personally, you know, looking forward to that nigga. Steve Tampio was my favorite line. Why the fuck was Steve Tampio your favorite, nigga? He was barely on the show. That's a good point. Yeah. You like Alicia? I mean, she was cool. But yeah. Anyways, though, it's been really good chatting with y'all, good folks. Think I'm about to get ready to go ahead and check out, and probably go ahead and work on some more videos and stuff for tonight. See, imagine they cast breezes Italian dude. They better not do that shit. But anyways, um, yeah, like I said, I'm about to go ahead and check out, get log up off here. But like I said, it's been real. Appreciate everybody that stopped through, that's been supporting my channel throughout this almost a full. It has been a year now, if you include my old channel. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely catch y'all on the next one. Y'all stay safe about there, and shit. We almost a month away before the air of the first episode. So stay tuned.